this is Ghost, and I'm not playing anything, I'm on a website. But, today is Halloween, so happy Halloween. It's my favorite holiday, or at least it used to be back when I could go trick-or-treating, but now I can't because I'm too old. 18 sucks. Being 18 sucks. I was wearing my costume earlier, but I'm not anymore because it was cold. So now I'm just wearing, I don't know what to call this, a robe? Like, but it's soft? It's kind of like a Snuggie. Anyway, I tried to record Slenderman earlier, but, yeah, I know Slenderman. It's very old. Probably shouldn't play it. Probably should play a different, horror game, but I didn't. I chose Slenderman because I never played it before. Anyway, well now I have. I tried to record Slenderman, but the audio was fine. It was just my voice wasn't in the audio. My mic didn't record. For some reason, I don't know why. I mean, I did nothing different. It just cut out. It cut out after like 49 seconds, and I don't know why. Don't know why it chose 49 and not 50. That's gonna bother me for the end of time. But whatever, I decided instead of doing something, doing a game, we'll just, we'll read. We'll read. Yeah, I know, how boring, right? I'm gonna do my best to try and provide you with visuals. But it's Halloween, and I'm gonna upload this on Halloween, so I don't have really much time to edit. But, I mean, I'll try. Also, I'm gonna be reading children's tales, and that is because I just played Slenderman, and, I don't think I need any more scares for today. I don't need a heart attack. So, which one should we read, guys? The Haunted Castle, Super Mediluagi, The Last Halloween, Monster Plants, Mr. Lambini's Haunted House, Kid's Tale, 10 pounds of chocolate kids, 10 pounds of chocolate kids? That's weird. Tunnel of Terror, The Covered Bridge, or Troll Family Halloween Kid's Tale. I guess we'll start with this one since it's the biggest, and if it's short, we'll read another, but if it's incredibly long, well, no. Here we go, guys. Are you ready? I'm actually a lot better at reading than I am at just speaking out of my brain. That didn't make any sense. Once upon a time lived a young boy called Maxime. Maxime? Why not Maxwell? Okay, whatever. Maxime, or Max as everyone called him, was 12, and he lived in a smart house. Smart house. Was everyone else's house as dumb? Is my house stupid? I'd like to think my house is of average intelligence. I'm kidding. It probably means a smart house with, like, you know, technology or whatever in it. I wouldn't know, because I don't live in a smart house. I live in a dumb one. No offense, house. Don't collapse on me, please. In the village lived 3,000 people. That's a very low number. I mean, you have a smart house in this very low number village? Okay, very advanced village. Very advanced small town. Very small town. Like, my high school had more people than that in it, but whatever. But just outside the village, in a haunted castle, lived a witch. The witch didn't live alone. She lived with the mosquito, who did everything the witch told it to do. I hate mosquitoes. I'm allergic to mosquitoes. The witch was very wicked, and every night she sent, "That ad is going to bother people." Hold on. Where were we? Oh dear. Okay, I can't even read right. Look at this. The witch was very wicked, and every night she sent the mosquito out to bite the people in the village. But one person in the village never felt the mosquito bite, and that person was Max. Why didn't they just swat the thing? Whatever. The other people in the village asked Max to kill the mosquito. That's kind of harsh. Why would you kill the poor mosquito, Max? And why would you send a 12-year-old to do it? That's dangerous. No, I'm kidding. It's a freaking mosquito. Why doesn't someone just swat it? Cat, you're not coming in! My cat wants in. He doesn't like to be alone from me, but if I let him in, he just wants out, so I'm keeping him out. Where am I? This is the bad part about reading. The other people in the village asked Max to kill the mosquito. So one morning, making sure his mum didn't see me, didn't see me. I'm not Max. His mum, a British person wrote this. It's very well written. Max headed out of the village towards the haunted castle. On his way to the castle, should I be speaking in a British accent if if this is a British village? I don't know how to do a British accent. On his way to the I'm not even gonna try. On his way to the castle, Max met a dwarf. Okay, that is rude. They are called little people. Whose leg was trapped under a rock. How'd he get his leg trapped under a rock? It's so tiny. Like, how'd he get his little leg under whatever. Max kicked the rock with all his strength and freed the dwarf's leg. Excuse me, if this is a medieval version of dwarf, then that dwarf would be super strong and have a hammer, and the thing would just smash the rock with his hammer and free himself. But whatever. The dwarf was so grateful that he decided to accompany Max, not Mac, Mac and Cheese, to the castle to thank him for being so brave. Okay, that sounds kind of wrong when I say it like that. Later in the evening, Max found the castle and hid inside for the night. Suddenly, somebody texted me. My mother texted me. I don't care about her. Anyway, where was I? Suddenly, in the middle of the night, he was woken by strange noises. Max crept out of the bed to see where the noises were coming from, and he saw the ghosts! The ghosts? The ghosts haven't been mentioned till now. You mean some ghosts? Not the ghosts, because they've never been spoken about. What happened to the mosquito and the witch? Why are we in a castle? Whatever, he fled back to bed. The next morning, when Max awoke, he found the witch and her mosquito. Max took a spear and killed the witch. Jeez, Max. Whoa. When I was 12, I did have a spear. Still do. It's very nice. It's decorative. It's decorative. It's a decorative spear. But Jesus, I wouldn't go over to a witch and just be like, pow! No, you're supposed to melt them with water. What kind of kid's story is this? Haven't you seen The Wizard of Oz? Do they have that in England? Probably not. Max took a spear and freaking murdered that B-word, then squashed the mosquito with the fly swatter. Yeah, of course, he didn't take the spear to the mosquito. When he arrived back in the village, all the people in the village were so happy that they crowned Max as the king of the village. Oh good, you're the king of 3,000 people. Woo. He's only 12! He can't be the king. Whatever. Max married a village girl, and they lived happily ever after with their many children. He's only 12! Whoa! We need to slow down. Okay, that's enough of that one. Let's do another. I want to see 10 pounds of chocolate kids. I know it's just 10 pounds of chocolate, but come on, that was just too good to not mess up. I want a 10 pounds of chocolate kids, not 10 pounds of chocolate. 10 pounds of chocolate's too normal, not spooky enough. Alright, here we go. Oh, they're girls talking. I need a girl voice. No way, Abby said. They didn't put quotation marks on the whatever. That can't be true. I swear, Wendy said. She gives out huge chocolate bars. My brother told me. Abby looked down the hill. The hill had to be a half a mile away. But at least it was downhill. Yeah, not uphill like my house is. Shut up, cat! You ain't coming in! Ever! Okay, where was I? You sure about this? Wendy nodded. Wendy makes me want some Wendy's. Okay, if it's true, it'll be worth that trip. Abby headed down the hill, pulling up the waist of her skirt. Ugh. The witch costume was great. Okay, so what if she was just dressed up as a witch, and she just happened to have a mosquito problem, and then Max came in and murdered her with a spear? These stories, they're connecting. No, I'm kidding. That's just my weird brain. The witch costume was great, but it was just a bit too long. Oh, like my Dante costume is great because I'm short. There weren't any other homes to stop at along the way, just empty lots filled with tall weeds. Abby hoped she wasn't wasting her time. My turn to ring, Wendy said when they reached the house. She rushed to the porch. Abby followed her up the creaking steps and waited for the door to open. The place was little more than a cabin. It wasn't very big, and it didn't seem to be in very good condition. Abby wondered how anyone who lived here could afford to give away big bars of chocolate to every kid who came by. Well, aren't you two just lovely? The woman said when she opened the door. She was old and small, just like the house. Oh, God. Okay, I couldn't keep that amount of acting up. I'm sorry. Back to being serious. Behind her, a black cat peered at the girls, its tail forming question marks in the air. It was a very confused cat. Trick or, Abby started to say, but the words caught in her throat as she spotted what lay on the table in the hallway. 2 huge candy bars, the biggest she'd ever seen. Maybe Wendy was right. The bars looked like they weighed at least 10 pounds each. Here you go, dearie, the woman said. She stooped and lifted it. My cat is going crazy right now. I'm so sorry if you can hear him. She stooped and lifted a candy bar. Lifted a candy bar. With 2 hands. Then dropped it into Abby's bag. Oh, God, I'm dying. I'm so sorry. I need to pull it together. There's a next page. Was there a next page for the other one? I just missed it? Whatever. Then dropped it into Abby's bag. Abby felt her arm jolt as the weight hit. Thank you, she said. She could already taste the chocolate. It would last for weeks. And here you go, young lady, the woman said, giving the other bar to Wendy. Lucky us, Abby thought, realizing she and her friend had gotten the last 2 candy bars. This is going to be like a Hansel and Gretel story, isn't it? When the old lady's going to come back and eat them or something. The chocolate's going to turn them into chocolate, and then they are going to be chocolate kids. 45 pounds of chocolate. What the heck happened to this page? Whatever. I already forgot my voice. Forgot Wendy's voice. That's very generous, Wendy said. The woman nodded. An old person like me needs to be Shut up, cat! Needs to be extra friendly. I'm all alone here except for Jackson, she said, pointing to the cat. I had a friend named Jackson. Did you turn my friend into a cat? Is that why he never calls? I miss Jax. No, I'm okay. I want people to think well of me. That way they won't play tricks on me or make up nasty rumors. Well, lady, I think 10 pounds of chocolate is a bit much. Maybe not for me, but for, Abby and Wendy, yeah, it's too much for them. Just give the chocolate to me, and we'll be good. Then you just can give them jumbo-sized, stuff. Costs a lot of money, though. Where am I? Abby nodded. That made sense. The woman was alone in this tiny house at the end of a long road. If she didn't give out candy on Halloween, what happened? If she didn't give out candy on Halloween, some of the kids might do bad things to her property. Not to her, but to her property. But if she gave out great candy, she'd never have a problem. Thanks again, Abby said as the girls left the house. Come back next year, the woman called. Wow, that was worth the trip. Abby started the long climb up the hill. And even worth the trip back, Wendy added. They're going uphill with like 10 pounds of chocolate. That's not gonna work. They're gonna snap their legs off, depending on how old they are. I mean, if they're my age, they'll be fine. 10 pounds at least, Abby said. She lifted the candy bar from her bag. Yeah, Wendy hefted hers. It must cost her a fortune to buy these, but I guess she really wants kids to like her. I know I'm going to tell everyone how nice she is. Me too. Abby was about to put the candy bar back when she heard the roar. She froze for an instant. What was that? Just some kids fooling around. Fooling around, Wendy said, though she didn't sound very sure. Abby hitched up her skirt and walked faster up the steep slope. Another roar rippled the air. Roar! I can't roar. I'm not a lion. Roar! There, that was as good as a roar you're gonna get. She froze for an instant. Okay. What was that? Just some kids fooling around. I already read this. Another roar. Closer this time. That's where I was. I wasn't up there. Abby looked back and screamed as the dark beast leaped from the tall weeds, sprinting towards them on four legs and growling, its sharp white teeth glistening like ivory daggers. Run! She shouted. Abby dashed up the hill. The chocolate bar felt heavier and heavier. She dropped the bar and ran harder. By her side, she saw Wendy toss her own bar to the ground. At the top of the hill, Abby paused and looked back. We made it, she gasped, trying to catch her breath. What was that? A wolf? A lion? Wendy shook her head. It was a friggin' chihuahua, wasn't it? It's gonna eat the chocolate. It's gonna die because it's a dog. Why is that the only thing in what? Whatever, I don't care what's going on with the text. I don't know, but I lost my candy bar. Abby nodded. Me too, but we got away at least, and we still have our bags. She was beginning to wonder if it had been her imagination. There couldn't really have been a creature chasing them, but she knew one thing for certain. She sure is a nice old lady. Yeah, Wendy said. She's really nice. Abby saw two boys walk past, heading down the hill. She opened her mouth to warn them about the beast, but then decided not to say anything because she's an a-hole. They wouldn't believe her, and to tell the truth, she'd begun to doubt the experience herself. There couldn't really have been a creature chasing them. Come on, Wendy said. Let's go to some more houses. She walked away from the hill. Good idea. Abby followed her. That voice hurts my throat. At the same moment, down at the bottom of the hill, the sleek Black Panther, oh, it's Jackson, isn't it, opened his jaws and gently placed the 2 huge chocolate bars on the porch. Oh, no, it's me. That's me. They just think I'm a panther because I'm dressed in black. It took the chocolate bars and not the boys. Okay. And gently placed the 2 huge chocolate bars on the porch. Then he clawed at the door of the small house, while his waving tail made question marks in the air because he was a very confused panther. Well done, Jackson. We've made so many friends. Shut up, cat! Friends tonight, the nice old woman said. She picked up the chocolate bars, one by one, and placed them back on the table, then petted the Black Panther as it again took the form of a cat. And just in time, she added, peering up the hill. I think there are a couple more youngsters heading our way. Is that it? Little anticlimactic. I was hoping Jackson would be a murderer and go and murder the boys and eat them like in the last story with the 12-year-old who freaking speared a witch and whatever. I think that's gonna be enough for now. Oh, hey, you can see my search results. Great. I didn't know exiting out of that would have exited. I don't know why I didn't think that. Anyway. Well, I hope you enjoyed our reading. I probably will not be reading ever again, but that was a good time. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I hope those stories were spooky enough for you. They probably won't be giving anyone nightmares. That's for sure. My terrible voice acting might give you nightmares, but other than that, I think y'all are safe. So, have fun trick-or-treating if you still do that. If you do, please give me like 90% of your candy. I want it. I'm starving. I'm a poor ex-college student who is gonna go back into college next year maybe. I need the chocolate. I'm gonna die. I have a sugar deficiency, so I need sugar. That's how that works, right? I don't know. Anyway, happy Halloween! Every night in my dreams I see you, I feel you, that is how I know you. Go on. Far across the distance and spaces between us, you have come to show you. Go on. Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the heart does go on. Once more you open the door, and you're here in my heart, and my heart will go on and on. I don't even know if that was the right tone. I never even watched Titanic. Wait, yes I have. But not the whole thing, because I ran out. I ran out.